Hello, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to process a black and white image that we might find on Google Images into something that we can actually engrave in our work using the laser engraver. So this tutorial will address a black and white block image as opposed to a tonal image such as a photograph. We're going to need two programs or pieces of software that we can download freely and legally from the net. One of them is called Gimp and the other is called Inkscape. Here I've got Gimp open, and the first thing I'm going to do is open an image that I saved previously, and it is a picture of a dog like this one. And what I want to do first of all is get rid of all the bits that I don't want. I just want a clean black and white image. So I'm going to go here into Colors, Threshold, and I can just play with these two controls, the black and white, to get something that I want. And that's about it. I'm happy with that one. Click OK, and I'm good. Next process is to crop it. So I'm going to go to Tools, Selection Tools, and get my rectangle tool, and draw a rectangle around the dog. It doesn't have to be particularly precise, because I can then go and adjust that rectangle to be the right size, just like this. And when I'm satisfied with it, like now, I go Image and drop to Selection. That is now my image. Okay, I want to now select just the background. So I can go Tools, Selection Tools, and I'm going to select by color. So at the moment I'm going to click the black. Now all the black is selected. I actually didn't want the black, I wanted the white. So I can go Select, Invert, and now the black is not selected, just the white is selected. The next step is to add an alpha channel or a transparency channel. I'm going to go Layer, Transparency, Add Alpha Channel, and it's happened, I just can't see it. But now I can delete the white of the background. So on my keyboard I'm hitting delete, and there it goes. The white has gone and I'm just left with the black dog. Select None, so now nothing is selected. And I'm going to save that image. I'm going to go File, I'm going to go Export as, well, I'm just going to save it as my dog JPEG actually, so I can save it as a JPEG, which is already selected, and I'll save it as dog, I'll call it dog2. Okay, we know where we are. Just go with the defaults, and that is exported. So I've done that with my dog in Gimp, and now I want to change over to Inkscape. So I've opened up Inkscape, and I'm going to go File, Import, and I'm going to import dog2. And I'm going to make sure that link is selected and smooth is selected. Click OK. There's my dog. Now it's a pretty small image, but that's okay. When I zoom in, I can see that it's fairly pixelated down here, which is something that I don't want, and the purpose of importing it into Inkscape is to get rid of that pixelation. Zoom out a little bit. Okay, so while the dog is selected, I'm going to go Path, Trace Bitmap. Here's the dialog box for the Trace Bitmap. I want the brightness cutoff, and I'm going to leave these things where they are. But under Options, I can play with these options. So I'm going to increase smooth corners to the maximum, and optimize paths, I'm going to make it about 1. You guys obviously will play with this as much as you want. Have live preview on so you can see what we're getting. Okay, and click OK, and it's happened. So now what I've got is actually two images. That's my original one with all the pixelation, rough edges. And here's my new one. I don't need this anymore. I can close that dialog box. And if I zoom in, I'll really see that this is a smooth image, and that's a pixelated one. Alright, the pixelated one, I'm going to hit delete. Don't need it anymore. And here's my dog. Now up the top here, I'll just select it. Up the top I can see the size. I've got millimeters selected, and I'm going to close that padlock to make sure that the aspect ratio of the dog stays constant. So I can see now that the height of the dog is 31 millimeters high. That's pretty small. I actually want my dog to be about 100 mil high, and we'll see that it changes also in the width. There we go, so 100 by 104. And even though I've just enlarged it greatly, I still don't have any pixelation, which is fantastic. That is exactly what I want. That's the final size of the dog that I want, and it's clear. Okay, so now what I need to do is re-export that image back to Gimp. I go File, Export PNG Image, and over on the right hand side, I've got this dialog box that comes up, this section, Export PNG Image. Okay, I just want to export the selection, because I've got it selected, so I'm going to export the selection. And there's my image size. Now I need to make sure that pixels is at about 300. When you open it, it might be 96. That's going to be a little bit too small, so we're going to go for 300. And the next step is to determine the path that I want to export to. So go export as, make sure my path is correct. The type is PNG, and I'm going to call this image or this file dog3. And I'll save that. So there we go, captures dog3, it's good. Hide all except selected, that's all good. And it won't do it until I press export. So there I go. Okay, now I'm back in Gimp, and I can go File, Open. There's my dog3.png. Open that up. Alright, so that's what I brought in from Inkscape, and that's all fine. The only thing I need to do is image, flatten image. Now that's all one layer, and I can go File, and I'm going to overwrite dog3. There it is, it's gone. Now that's pretty much as far as you guys can do. At this stage you save that PNG file to a thumb drive and bring it to me, and I can etch that out onto your work. So here I have opened the program that I use with the laser cutter, and just to show you what we've saved before, if I open up dog3, there it is. We can see it's a really nice clean image, and the actual size of it is pretty much 100 mil high by 105 wide. That's the exact size that I wanted, and that's going to etch out beautifully. So that's how we process a black and white block image that we might find on the net into something that we can actually etch onto our work. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you very much for watching. I look forward to working on your images and putting them onto your work. Thanks very much.